My name is Michael.
My name's Bradley Campbell.
My name is Marla Schreiber.
I'm 16.
I'm 21 years old.
I'm 23 years old.
I'm from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island.
I'm from Montreal.
I go to Heritage.
I went to Colonel Gray Senior High School.
I have been studying in a sexuality minor at Concordia, and now I'm finishing up in my 4th year.
I experience strange looks or like little mutters under people's breath, but that's it.
It wasn't really like a lot of people that I knew at my high school that were queer or anything, so I don't know, I kind of felt singled out a little bit.
I experience homophobia when I'm sitting on the bus and I hear people talking and they say something is really gay, or oh my god, that guy or that girl is so gay, or they make slanderous remarks.
A lot of people aren't really open to any kind of diversity.
Youth speak from a place of ignorance, and it's not necessarily a place of hate, it's a place of maybe misunderstanding or lack of exposure. Do I think that GLBT-S youth face?
Some people actually get physically abused and emotionally harassed every day.
The level of the two-spirited youth out there, I think the issue is also that we live in a society with the English language and the French language, which also employ masculine and feminine terms, making it really, really uncomfortable, not just for someone who considers them neither male nor female, but also for those interacting with them to be able to address them properly as human beings without having to call them it or they. There's just so much bullying and name-calling in schools that even people who aren't sexually other are often called terms that are sexually other just because those are the terms of negativity.
There are no programs in my school to counter homophobia.
I think the state of mind has changed, but I don't think there's any active programs.
I've heard of Head in Hands.
I volunteer as a Sense project animator for Head in Hands is a youth-based, youth-centered organization that provides loads of fabulous services for people aged 12 to 25. Programs that might sort of include exposure and a deeper understanding of what it means to be different.
It might help if some of these programs are in my school.
Do I feel that segregated high schools are a positive thing?
I think they're really good because some people can't handle the stress of a normal school, because some schools have really bad homophobia in them, and I guess it's really good for people who can't handle that.
I think any kind of segregation is good, because if you're in a school and everybody's the same, you're going to know how to interact with them, but you're not going to know how to interact with the rest of the world.
I worry that by segregating people too much, that other people lack exposure to them and that they might lack exposure to those others. And I find that typically a lot of hatred or ignorance comes from a lack of understanding, a lack of knowing, a lack of exposure. So on the one hand, while I understand that segregated schools could be really useful to avoid certain amounts of bullying and to avoid certain amounts of hatred that often are fielded toward any marginalized population, specifically the sexually marginal, I also worry that isolation may not be the answer.